Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews. Have you ever wondered what games you should sell or you should use? Find out here at Purge Reviews. Find out on our top 10 list what games you cannot miss. Don't forget to subscribe to Purge Reviews.
Here is Nerdy Inventions. It's a portable little game from Mayday Games. When you open it up, you'll get a rule book, a little spot for a die, and some cards, and I'll set it up and show you how to play. So here's the game set up. You'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across the bottom. You will shuffle the invention deck and put a random one up. You will also have starter cards, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You will shuffle these up, and this will be turn order for the game. So if you draw 2, or rather the 4 card, then you will be the 4th player. If you draw the 1, you'll be the 1, and so forth. If you draw 2, 3, or 4 randomly, and you're not the first player, you'll get one of these tool cards. And this tool card will allow you to use the top portion of one of the inventions to change the number of the dice. But then when you do, you give this tool card to whoever doesn't have one. So these will move around as you're able to play. The game also comes with these fantastic, wonderful, well-appreciated card ability cheat sheets. Every icon is listed on here. You know, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes into the game when these pops up, you will be able to memorize these for the most part. Every player will get one. So the way you play the game is fairly easy. You will roll the dice, and you will try to utilize the dice to purchase the invention cards up above. Each of the invention cards will have a victory point at the bottom. It will have the requirements to have it, the power of it, and a little unique power. So what you'll be doing here, if you see the gear shift on it, that means it is the dice that's below it. So what you have here is the cost to buy this. It requires a 2. So let's say we had rolled a 2, and these gear shifts represent whatever numbers below it, the 2 4s. Then I would be able to purchase this, and I would be able to earn it. That is one thing that I could do. Now, normally you're not going to roll perfectly what you need, so then you will need to manipulate the die. In order to manipulate the dice, you will see these little icons on the cards. So, for example, this one says exchange this card with any card in the invention roll. Subtract 2 from a die's roll. The resulting value cannot be less than 1. Let me show you another one. Subtract 1 from a die's roll. Change the value of 2 dice. The resulting dice must be from 1 to 6. The combined value must be unchanged. So if you change a 4 to a 2, then you would have to change a 3 to a 5, let's say, just so they equal out the same. So these will allow you to manipulate it. So as you get these invention cards, you'll be able to utilize the powers that are listed on it, but then you will kind of have to tap it or turn it to show that it's been powered. Well, the only way to untap it is by spending a die. So if you don't have a use for a die on your turn, one of the things you will do is turn these inventions back up so they can be utilized. Now, you cannot utilize the ones that are up here, only the ones that you have earned during the game. So a lot of times these inventions that you're able to gain are going to allow you to actually manipulate the dice, which is what the majority of the game is going to be about. If somebody were to buy an invention, everything else would scoot down and a new one would come out on the board. Continue to do this until someone either activates the ship's power. The ship's power is that if you roll 3 of a kind, you get that many victory points and the game will end. This can be a good one if you feel like you're going to win or ahead, or if all the invention cards are out on the board and you can't replace it, then the game would end. To quickly recap, you'll be rolling the dice and mitigating them in order to purchase these inventions that will not only give you victory points, but ways of future mitigate the dice. What's interesting about the game is that these gear shifts represent the cards that are underneath it. And sometimes the powers will allow you to say, switch these cards that are adjacent so you can get the right dice combination that you want, or your cards may allow you to add or subtract from the pips, or even re-roll them. When something is purchased, they will be moved down, thus changing what is required to buy most of the cards. So it's just a little short rolling the dice, mitigating the dice, and trying to get the inventions that will help you out in the future, but also score you victory points. Nerdy Invention is a little time filler game that you'll play with dice rolling, where you're using these inventions that you build to kind of mitigate the dice rolls. So when you first start out, you'll be rolling these dice and taking actions. Now, one of the things that kind of stinks about the first couple of turns is that you may end up doing nothing. It's rare, it's possible, but once you start getting your engine going and you start to have those inventions that will allow you to mitigate the dice and switch things up and move things around, you'll see that less and less, and it's kind of just an absurdity that happens at the beginning. I don't think you'll be stuck on it too much. The game is fun for a light filler. It's something that you can put down at a table and play in 5 to 15 minutes. You'll be making pretty strategic decisions on which one you're going to go after. Sometimes you just roll something and you're stuck with the dice, and you can manipulate those sometimes with the dice rolling. But for the most part, you're going to roll and get these inventions. Now, the more inventions you're able to get, the more decisions you're going to have. So the game grows in its strategic nature, which is kind of neat, especially for non-gamers who will have a lot of fun with this game. When you're first starting out, you may just roll the dice and grab something because you can. Later on, you can really change those dice around and move the cards around, and it grows with you as you play, which is a huge plus for the market that it's going after. Now, we had a lot of fun with Nerdy Invention for what it's intended to be, a light filler, something maybe you want to close the night out with. We had a tremendous amount of time with that. We thought the dice rolling was neat, the mitigating, growing with the game. It was all really there. I'm also able to play this one with my children, which is a huge bonus for us. My 7-year-old is really starting to grow into gaming now that she can read and understand strategy and concepts. So this is one that we're going to have a lot of fun with. And it's very easy to teach. It's very easy to learn. It's very easy to play. And it's one that I think that if you picked up for a light filler, that you have a lot of good times with it. Now, the only negative to it, I think, is going to be the first couple rounds when you're playing. You might not get anything. The simplistic nature of the game also plays as a negative and a positive. But I was kind of blown away by this one, by how much I really enjoyed. When I first saw it, I was kind of like, well, I don't know about this one. But it really comes together, especially, don't judge it on the first round that you play. Get through a game, and you'll see all these options and strategic nature that you have in the game, and it really grows with you, and I just thought that was really brilliant. I haven't seen that before in these kind of games. It plays a lot like Machikoro or something like that, but like I said, it grows with you, so by the end of it, you're making really hard decisions, where at the beginning it was like simple as pie. And I found that fascinating. I really like that quite a bit. So Nerdy Inventions is what I'm going to recommend to you. Check this one out, and I think you can get it straight from Mayday
Thanks
Game.
for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel, lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing games.